bit I need to add on. All right, cool. Okay, and then add someone onto this. Yes. There we go. Brandon, you got video?
We're done.
Sweet.
There, yeah.
I don't think we have video anymore.
Yeah, I think the goal here is to stay independent, for sure. And I think both of us, we're pursuing a whole variety of different projects, and really at the end of the day, it's just what do you have the resources to do, and what can you do right now, and what can you do with some additional resources, and figuring out ways to do so, right, Brandon?
Yeah, once you've had a taste of having a creative control, it's really hard to imagine giving that up in any way. And the projects we're trying to execute, we're able to raise the funds through other means that are good. So if we're not lacking the funding for it, then there's really no reason to sacrifice any sort of creative control for it, just to have great fun, I guess.
I think it's a very big part of it, because what we do is, we exist and we're able to do what we want to do because it's an audience-supported type of world that we're in, and it's the type of world that we operate in. So it's not like something where we can put something out and just disappear for a while. It's not sort of a traditional film director, do one project every few years type of lifestyle. It could be nice because everything we do now, we need to have eyes on every step of that process. Everything from the distribution, the exhibition, the conversation that happens around it. We have to be, because we're kind of trying to build our own boat, so to speak, and sail on it. We kind of have to be more than just filmmakers.
Traditionally, filmmakers and actors, this entire industry of the press, around it, they kind of do that for them. They're constantly writing articles, constantly putting magazines out, constantly kind of pushing that image, and that's all structured. The beauty of not having that is that we're able to control it, and so we don't have things going on. We're able to control the voice through Twitter. It's kind of representing us. The downside of it is you have to put in that time and put in that effort to really good. But as a creator, it allows you to be in touch with the audience in a very big way, and you learn things every day just by interacting with them and knowing what they're looking for and what they respond to.
Everything that we say right now, Brandon, is going to be totally out of date, right?
Yeah.
So number one, internet changes crazy fast. So what we did back then is no longer as applicable as it was back then, if you try to do it now. Probably because there's just more content out there, probably because there's people getting music with. When we first started, Dig.com was a thing. It was Dig. We submitted Dig. And then Dig as a site completely disappeared, and we started submitting Reddit early on, but then nobody, and then the problem with Reddit now is that we got to the point, I think, of popularity where any of our links will get, sort of downloaded because we're established ourselves at a certain point, So Reddit is a good place, Still, you can get on that front page that results in a lot of traffic. There's a lot of YouTube gaming, so to speak, where it was trying to figure out the best release times and the schedule and the algorithms and stuff, which is part of it, which is much harder and much different now. But at the core, it's taking your content, knowing that there's people out there who probably want to see it, trying to find those communities and reaching those. We would do things like we reach out to blog editors that we thought were relevant to our content, and I'm sure not building content to post on the blog, but they would post our stuff up.
Well, the truth is, you said that there's a lot of videos out there now that are doing very similar things to what we did, and when we started doing it, that wasn't the case. Nobody was doing anything like that, and so it was kind of, when we started doing it, it was a very fresh look at different types of content going up on YouTube at all. But you can target specific blogs, and we targeted Kotaku was a smaller site that we targeted early on as a video game journalism site. We figured if we kind of use IPs from existing games to leverage those fan bases into a different type of content, that could be effective. But as you said, now since we did it, demonstrate success for a long time with it, there's saturated market for that type of content out there. So really, the only thing you really hang your hat on is your quality. You have to be very self-critical of what you're doing, and you can't trust your mom, you can't trust your friends, maybe you can trust a few of your friends to be that critical of yourself. You really need to look at what you're doing and constantly strive to improve it. You have to look at what's, be honest with yourself, not everything's 10 out of 10, you know, and you gotta keep working on it. And push that quality in the audience will all fall into place if that quality is there.
Well, I mean, I think when they say, like, oh, you gotta get your foot in the door somewhere, there's a reason why the film industry is pretty difficult to break into, especially these types of groups, you know? And it's a pretty obvious reason, and in retrospect, like, yeah, of course. It's because when you start to work with someone, and you start to work with a group of people, you're not going to just all of a sudden turn around and be like, all right, time to find a new editor. Like, no, this is my friend who's my editor, and I've been using him for all these projects. I'm not just going to go to him and be like, all right, well, I need to get some blue blood in here, so see a sound designer, editor, cinematographer, we're going to find new people. Like, that's just not how it works. Once you find a group of people, you work with them, because you're friends with them. So that's why it's hard to break in, because if you're not friends with James Cameron or Steven Spielberg and having worked with them for over 30 movies in the past and having that track record, you're not going to get called up on that to work with them ever, because you're just not in that circle. So the trick is not to try and break into those circles. The trick is to start your own circles with your peers, your friends, everyone at your level, and go from there. Is used to bring value to your relationship. Like, you can't just go around passing a business card out and being like, hey, I'm the person that does this, so let's work together. You're going to get so much farther if you have a set of skills that people need, you know, and then if you can use that to apply that to favors and relationships. So it's not like, so if you can do sound, if you have sound equipment, you're a room operator, you're a cinematographer, you put yourself out there at that, and you offer to do stuff for free with the expectation that there's reciprocity there, you know, and that you're dealing with people who aren't total dicks. That's not a trick. I'm trying to find people who aren't total dicks. But there's you know, you doing something for someone, you know, will in turn pay back to you, and so you can roll together projects and things like that together. It's really the only way to do it is to network collaboratively as opposed to like